giving you this extra little video here, and I think this will be the one that you keep coming back to help you clarify things. The one that you just saw above this, Jessie talks about that there's soft and hard contacts. Now, let me just put all of this in perspective before you go into Jared's displays on 4 and 5. The thing about contact is that it's all about understanding from the sideline the individual players on every single game, and as the game progresses, what their biomechanical ability is and skill as to how controlled they are each time they become physical with the player they're playing against. And keep in mind as well that a shorter player is going to struggle differently against a taller player, and vice versa. And particularly when girls or guys are quite big, butty, girls with big butts, that kind of thing, you'll see it becomes very, very difficult to watch. So what you're really looking at is the combination of the pairs, each pairs, to sort of take on board that look as well. Now, what Jared does is he defines quite literally for you the body parts that you can look for as to what does then interfere with another player while they're busy trying to run a straight line and reach a ball, and then you see them be pushed or knocked or interfered with by a limb off balance. In the first video, on video 4, that's what he shows. But in video 5, he actually shows you what they do also behind players. So here are the key two issues. If you're not in position as in front on and remain sustained front on to all the players while you simultaneously use your darting eyes. Remember, I did this in one of the videos. You're trying to catch all the different movements on the run. They are the two key elements that will help you learn to identify how players are coping before you identify then, oh yes, I saw a particular protrusion of a limb, and I saw that was the cause of it, and the effect was, which interfered. I know it interfered because I saw the opposing player, fall off balance or look, like they weren't quite reaching the mark when they looked like it 1 second ago. Now, also one of the things to keep in mind is when it becomes a soft and hard contact. Now, this is a skill and it'll take time to learn. If you've got a really experienced player against an inexperienced player, if an inexperienced player contacts, interferes with the other opponent that's experienced, you can quickly assess that the more skilled player can cope with the push or the shove or whatever it is, and they don't want their flow as a player or their team's flow on the run to be interrupted. Okay, that's what we're really looking at as a soft and hard contact. The other thing to keep in mind is, as you're learning this is going to sound very strange, but this will work. Imagine when you're watching the players that they've got no heads, because then what you're watching is the torso in balance and who is leaning or pushing or trying to reach but eventually overreaches, so that all of a sudden it's not, it's no longer contesting, it's a point of interference. And as soon as you notice that point, that's how you explain your decision on the side of the court when you get asked.